I got some questions to ask you, women, especially you that you are married women. I want to ask you some questions, and this question, I want you to sit yourself down and ask yourself one on one. You be like you're talking to yourself, and ask yourself, is this the marriage I want? Am I in this marriage because it's a tradition that everybody have to be in the marriage? Am I in this relationship because if I leave now, what will people say is about me? They will say that I'm moving from one husband to another. Have you asked yourself, is this the kind of man that I wish to have in my life? You know, you're growing up. When you were talking with your friends, when you were still very young, is this the kind of life you think you want to live when you grow up? Or you are just enduring, thinking, this is how my mom endured, I also have to endure. This is how my mom survived, I also have to survive. Because what will people say if I leave now? What about my children? Oh, would they not be saying, oh, she's moving from? Is that what you were thinking? If you think, when you ask yourself all these questions, and you think this is what has been your fears, this is what you've been thinking that is hindering you to move forward, to do great things for yourself, because you're not happy. You're just there. Some of you, low key, you are wishing for that man to buy. If you check yourself, you are wishing for that man to buy. You know what? So that by the time he buy, people will not say you leave your husband's house. They will say, oh, she's a widow. You prefer to become a widow rather than living that toxic relationship, rather than living that man that is making your life miserable, just in the name of, I'm a married woman. Look, I am happy to tell you that depression is real. Some of you, you know what? You don't know you're already going through depression. You are in the depression stage. You don't know. So by the time you remember that you're going back home and you remember your man and you sign like, I don't even know what I'm going to meet again. Then you need to check yourself if it's worth it. You need to check if that relationship worth it. You see, most of all these men that we marry these days, all the men that we marry these days, that is giving us this or giving anyone toxic relationship, it's just because of their growing up, their background. The same thing you are doing now, that was the same thing your mother did. It's like you are making the past to repeat itself. The same thing that our mother did. I don't want to leave my husband's house. I would write that. And she's in toxic relationship, abusive relationship. And those boys that in that family, they are listening how their father beat their mother. They've damaged the mental health of this man. That is why you see all these men they brought for us now, and some of them are domestic violence in nature because they have been damaging when they were younger. They believe that a man has to lay his hand on their women. They believe in violence to express themselves because that is what their mother endures with their father. That is why you are also getting the same thing. And then you also want to repeat the same thing. You want to damage your child, your male child. You want him to believe that the violence is the only way for you to survive in a marriage. You are damaging the life of those little boys because you don't want to live that toxic marriage. And some of you end up killing yourself for no reason. Like for what? At the end of the day, those children you were shouting, my children, you left them behind. For who? Is it not the same man you were saying is toxic? Always cheating everywhere? And do you think you will ever marry somebody that will look after your children? Think. Women, marriage is not a do or die affair. You that say I do, you can easily go back and say, I am no more interested. Live your life. Protect your children. Protect your children. Protect your generation. Don't leave behind a toxic man that our mothers left for us, that we are battling with now. Don't repeat the same thing. Be wise. If the marriage is not okay for you, if you think you're only struggling, it is okay to leave and start again with your children. It is okay. Nobody is giving you any focus. Nobody is. We have time for that. Be happy. Don't kill yourself. Don't say worth it. No man worth you killing yourself. You getting depressed. You having mental health because of what? Ask yourself this question. Am I in the right place or wrong place? Choose right now. Tomorrow may be too late. You might end up in graveyard before you know. People are claiming themselves. How it will never be my portion. It will never. Those people that keep themselves, they say the same thing. But you know what? They end up doing it because they did not do the right thing at the right time. Until I come again, I am your girl, Yetzi. Bye-bye.